everyone, I'm Rachel. In today's tutorial, I'll teach you how to color hyper-realistic hair using the Color Therapy app. While it's easy to use the gradient fill to get shiny hair, I'm going to show you how to achieve it in simple steps, starting with a solid color. The steps in this tutorial can be modified to fit any hair color. So the very first step you want to do is tap to fill it in with a solid color. I'm going to choose a reddish color under the hair shades palette, and it will be solid. So I'm using this medium reddish tone and just going to tap to fill in all of the hair. The next step is to start adding in shadows. So I'm going to use a darker reddish brown, and that'll be the second color on the top row. And then go under the flat brush. Let's set the size to 100 and the opacity at 75. And I'm going to zoom into a section of the hair here. Let's make sure coloring inside the lines mode is set to on. And you're going to begin to add shadows where the hair originates and also where it tucks behind anything. So if it's going behind the face, then add a bit of a shadow there. And I'm just going in a curving motion following the direction of the hair. So you'll see little shadows right here where this hair is tucking in underneath the hair there. And you can bring these shadows down about a quarter of the way to a half of the way up, and make sure your strokes curve with the movement of the hair. Now let's deepen our shadows even further. So in the same palette, I'm using the third color now. It's almost a really dark brown. And I'm going to just layer over that same area. This time I'm keeping it just a bit closer up towards the origination area where the hair is. So I want to leave a little bit of the lighter reddish brown to still show through. So now you have sort of a gradient from the light red to the medium red to the dark brown. Now let's begin to blend that. So select the smear tool, set the intensity at 100 and the size to 12. So with your finger, you're going to blend up and down those strands of hair, and you're just blending in those colors really well. So they just want to be really smooth. And this is also helping to create chunks of hair. It sort of separates the hair as well and creates strands. Remember to smear with the movement and the curve of the hair. And I'm smearing up and down, letting some of the red go into the darker area and some of the darker area go into the lighter area, just so we have a nice cohesive smooth blend. Now let's go under the Airbrush tool. Set the size and opacity to 25. And under the basic palette, just choose a black. And now we're gonna add in our very darkest shadows. So you can zoom into your strands and you're gonna add the black in just, again, where we have hair that's overlapping other areas or where it originates from. So you're just further deepening those shadows. So now let's add in our highlights. So under the hair shades palette, I'm going to use the second to last color on the third row, that cream color, and using those same settings we had before with the Airbrush tool. In the middle of your strands, just begin to add in some bright highlights and go with the curve of that hair. And don't overdo it, just a little bit here and there. And you can also blend those in again with the smear tool, same settings. So now it has a nice blend to it. Let's add in some individual hair strands for even more detail. Select the pen tool, set the size to 1 and opacity at 25. And then with both the cream color and your medium red color, you're going to begin to add in some hair strands. And you can start from the top and go all the way down, or you can just draw a few in the middle and just make sure that you focus on curving with those strands of hair. And you just apply that to all of the strands of hair. And you don't need to overdo this either. You're not going to actually be seeing every single strand of hair, but this just adds a bit more detail. You can also deepen the highlights or shadows for more contrast, which will be affected by your light source. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Color Therapy YouTube channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos. Thanks for watching our tutorial. You can get the Color Therapy app for free on the App Store.